Hi everybody. Well, you can tell by the name of this video, it is about my recovery from this surgery that I had, the back surgery, which was a D-lift, computer assisted, L4, L5 with rods and screws and a spacer, and then 3-4 was a laminectomy. I've got 3 incisions on my back, I've got 1 on my side, they went in from the side. I'm out in my camper. I'm sorry, doesn't look like we're out, but it's quiet out here, so it's my house is right there, but I've decided to come out here so I wouldn't be interrupted with the grandkids and TV and just outside noises, and so I could concentrate. I am actually 18 days now, so I had my 2-week checkup last Wednesday. This is Sunday. I've made videos along the way, like day 2, 5, 8, 2 weeks. They're long and rambly, and I was going to go back through and edit and cut out, or even maybe tell you, okay, on day 2 this is how I was, on day 5 this is how I was, and then I went back and rewatched it. If it was me wanting to know how I actually felt on those days, I'd want to see it. Okay, so you can see my demeanor, you can see my face, you can see how good I felt, and then there's a day I didn't feel so good, and I told you about it. That's what I wanted to see, so I'm gonna leave it. So this video is probably going to be 25 to 30 minutes long. I went to church this morning, went to Sunday school, did fine. I'm not exhausted. I feel really good. In fact, if I don't think about it, I can't tell I had anything done. Now, I still can't, bend or lift or twist. And that's going to be hard because I do feel like I'm fine. That's going to be the hardest thing for me, is to behave, basically. But I wanted to come on here and show you, because after my 2-week when I wasn't feeling it. I was still aggravated. I was still I was almost getting depressed. But, I mean, we're talking, what, 3 to 4 more days out. Look at me, It's very, I'm sorry, I'm shaking. It's very doable. And like I said, I'm leaving all the rest of it on there, the good, the bad, the ugly. So anyway, also I had home health take off my bandages one day, and I may or may not put those pictures at the end because they're kind of ugly. And not everybody wants to see that, but I would want to see it. So I'm going to put it on there, I think. So at the very, very end, I'm going to put those photos on there for you. So anyway, like I said in the very end, if you have any questions, zip on here and please ask me. But hey, I'm doing really well. So hang on, here we go. Hi everyone. This is the day 2. It's about 9:45. Surgery went really late. They didn't start on me till 2:30. They had a big case before me. So I didn't get back into the room till about 6:37. Yeah, it hurt a little bit then, but it's not that bad. It never got more than a 6. I just don't think it got that bad. My back hurt so bad before I had surgery that it's really hard to tell. But anyhow, they gave me a Percocet about 9, and I slept off and on all night. I didn't move in this bed. They've got this ice pack, which is pretty cool, this thing. Here, it's actually hooked to I can't show you, a thing on the floor with ice in it, and it rotates through. But this is made like a brace. It's stiff. Anyway, I've been up walking. They took my catheter out this morning. I've already urinated. She just brought me, she gave me 2 Tylenol about 4:30, and that's all I've had. Now, I ain't gonna say it doesn't hurt. The way they go in through your side to put that spacer in, I think that hurts worse than the back. But he said it would. He said that because they go through muscles, they don't cut muscles, but they go through muscles with this D-lift robot assist. Anyway, it'll make your left leg hurt and tingle and be sore for about 2 weeks. And honestly, like I said, I think that hurts worse than the incision in my back. But that's okay. If it helps me get through this faster, I'm all for it. I just ate a huge breakfast a little bit ago. I just went to the bathroom, so walked the halls. I'm doing good. And he said, the doctor said when he came in, I was sitting in the chair, He said, you know, you look so good and you're doing so well. You want to go home today? I was like, no, I do not. I like it where you can get drugs, and if I need these handrails tonight, I want to sleep in this bed because at home I don't have handrails. So anyhow, that's my story right now. I'll probably make another video when I get home. Thanks, y'all. Well, it's day 2, and they're cutting me loose. Last night was a little rough, but you know, with the pain meds, it's tolerable. I had a full body rash this morning. They don't know what that was about. It was so itchy, but they gave me Benadryl and that straightened that right up. So anyway, I'm excited about going home. PT came and we went walking, and they got me a walker to go home with. But you know, I'm just in the room. I don't really need it, but we'll take it. So, you know, so far so good. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you it doesn't hurt. It does hurt. It hurts to get up and down. When I'm laying here, you know, in the bed still, you can feel it, but, you know, it's not that painful. So, I'll keep you guys informed after we get to the house. Bye. Hi. Well, this is day 5. Can't say it's been a wonderful 5 days. I'll be honest with you, it's a little harder than I thought it was going to be. I discovered that if I sleep in the recliner, it was easier than sleeping in the bed and trying to get out of the bed here at home. The first night, when I first came home, which, see, my surgery was on Wednesday, I came home Friday, I took a nap in the bed. I have a bed that raises itself up, you know, a mechanical bed. And I took a nap, slept 2.5 hours, and I rolled out of it pretty easily. So I slept in the bed that night, and when I woke up the next morning, I could not get out of bed. I couldn't roll over. I had, you know, in the hospital, you had all these bars you can hang on to and kind of pull yourself a little bit. And I had to get my husband to come get me out of bed. And I was pretty painful, and I'm running fever. I had a colon resection done back in October for diverticulitis. This was, you know, what, 6 months ago. And I had this rash that started, and that was usually indicative when I was having diverticulitis, I would get this rash. So I got a feeling the other part of my colon was trying to act up due to the fact that the pain meds had me constipated. So I was dealing with that and the fever, but I think that was all due to my colon. So I think my colon was acting up along with this back pain. It was kind of hard to differentiate the two. So anyway, I think we got that under control now. And I finally had a bowel movement. I've been on top of that, so that's better. But I ran like 101.5 fever, and that just makes you feel crummy. So anyway, yesterday I was hanging onto the walker, walking. I just didn't do well. And last night I slept in the recliner in the bedroom, and I felt a lot better when I flipped out of here this morning. It felt a lot better. So it's still painful, but it's not as bad. I haven't been using my walker today. I haven't felt that, I haven't been unsteady. I didn't take a pain pill since yesterday about 10 o'clock. And since I've been up moving around, I tried to put on clothes without the help of my husband. So I ended up getting back in my robe. I couldn't pull my pants on by myself, and he was trying to get outside to mow a little bit. So anyhow, I mean, it's tolerable. I'm miserable. Yes, I am, because I'm an active kind of person, and I hate having people wait on me. My neighbors have been great. They brought over some food. I got people bringing food tonight. I got people bringing food tomorrow night. So that's really sweet. Got my church folks that are praying for me. So anyway, that's kind of how we are right now. This is day 5. Home health and PT came yesterday. They looked at everything, said I was doing great. Just to, you know, keep doing what I was doing. She's going to probably change out this incision, you know, bandages, because they're kind of blood soaked. I was actually kind of leaking through the bandages onto my clothes. So the nurse that comes tomorrow, she said, we'll probably, even though it's only 5 days, they'll probably change them out because it's pretty nasty looking. So anyhow, that's where we are right now. I'll keep you posted. Well, here we are, day 8. Day 8. Can't believe it's been a week and a day. It has. Don't I'm pretty good. I still have my moments where I'm very uncomfortable. And then I have moments that I kind of forget about it, you know. So it's that up and down phase. I can actually get up and down out of a chair just fine now. It doesn't really bother me. I still, you're not supposed to bend, so I walk around with my little handy dandy trigger thing. It's amazing what you can pick up with that thing and put your socks on and your pants and everything. You need one. I'll try to link the one I got in the video. We had PT came today and home health came today. So we walked the street today. I got up earlier this morning, my husband, and when I got up early, and he taped up my back with some saran wrap and tape, and I took a shower, and that's been how we've been doing it. It's been working out great. But, I did a little more. I put a little makeup on. That was this morning. This is like 11 o'clock at night. So this is kind of gone for the day. Had a lot of company today. Wears me out, but it keeps my mind off of it. And everybody says, "Oh, you look great," Well, and for the most part, I feel great. I walked around out in our yard, and I keep seeing weeds I need to pull. Of course, I can't do it. That's the part I can't handle, is the stuff I can't do. I'm anxious to see what I'm like a week from now. So right now, they took the bandages off. The home health nurse took those nasty bandages finally off. They were so itchy last night. I got up in the middle of the night about 3 o'clock, and I was determined I was going to pull them off myself, because the paperwork says they can come off at 7 days. You could put bandages back, or you can leave them open in the air, your stitches open. So I have the side incision because they went in, for the cage through my side, which that's a pretty substantial, because I haven't seen any of this until now. It's a pretty substantial incision. I'm debating on whether to post it on here because it's so ugly. I'm looking at myself and thinking, oh, she's so ugly. And it's before it was right after they pulled the bandages off. It still had that betadine look, and it just looked yucky. And once it was cleaned up and I got new bandages on, it looked a lot better. But, to get full disclosure, if I post that picture, I'll because not a lot of people want to see that. I've got a picture of the side incision and the one on my back. The home health nurse made a picture for me because I wanted to see it, because you just really can't see these things. And it was a little more impressive than I thought it was. I'm thinking, no wonder it hurts. But anyway, got that taken care of. And the fact that they took those bandages off, they were itching so bad. I have such a low tolerance to adhesives. And last night, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't think about anything but how bad it itched. So I got the one on my side pulled off. That was the stickiest stuff. Some kind of gel pack they use, which is great because it helps you heal better. But you could tell where they took it off around my incision is just flaming red. So I've been living on Benadryl, trying to keep that down. And after they took it off, then before my husband went to bed, I had him spray my back with Benadryl spray along with taking, and it's calm. It's actually first time it's not itched so bad. This is day 8. I had a couple days in between my last one and now. One night, stupid me, I wasn't keeping up with my medications like I should have been. And I took Tylenol and I guess my Percocet too close together on an empty stomach. Well, I was nauseous all night long. I mean, just rolling in nausea. And I'm thinking, please don't throw up. And sure enough, I got up finally about 6 o'clock and grabbed the trash can, and it was horrible. That was the most painful thing that's ever happened to me. But once that happened, I felt better. You know how it is when you're nauseous. I mean, I can tackle anything if I'm not nauseous. Good Lord, that was terrible. So anyway, that was just part of it. It was my fault. I did not eat anything. I had done it again, so thank goodness. But as far as pain, I'm still having, when my meds run off, it's still pretty painful at times. Now, I do find if I'm inactive and then get up, it's painful. But the more I move around, the better it gets. So like they say, and everybody tells you, get up and move, get up and move, get up and move. And that's true. I had my husband get down my Instapot, and I put a whole chicken in the Instapot. I've been standing in there taking the chicken off the bone It was a struggle standing there that long, but they say that's what you're supposed to do. You know, just, you got to do it. Just got to do it. So I'm back on my little ice machine pack. And that's another thing he said, make sure you live on this thing. He said it's the best thing for pain, and it really is. If you can get one of these ice pack things, I don't know if you can see, it's a little square. I can't get it. Anyway, it's called BREG, Polar Care Wave or something like that. And it has a this thing you can wrap around you, and it's in the back. It's got, it looks like packaging, blisters packaging, and the water runs through it. So you keep, you know, ice packs in it, and it's cold water. It feels really good. But that's pretty much all I have right now. I'm still just, I'm a little disappointed that it's still as painful as it is. I don't know what I was expecting, but after all, it is spine surgery. Now, I had the D-lift. You know, I have cage. I had L4, L5 slip horrible disc, and they put a cage in there, and they put the rods and screws in that, and then the L3, L4, they opened up those pharyngeal joints. So I have 3 incisions. The 2 on the side are for the hardware. The one in the middle is where he went in and opened up those joints. And then I got this incision on my side. So I've got 4 pretty significant incisions. Oh, and then also I noticed on my hips, and I remember in conversation him saying this, and I remember seeing something online. I looked up some YouTube stuff. They used, this was done with a robot, but the screws were inserted using a robot. And to anchor the robot mapping, they put 2 rods on each side of your hip. If I post a picture, you can actually see they've got a little stitch in each one of them. And I think that may have caused a little bit of more pain than I was expecting to, because they screw those into your pelvic bone. And if the robot gets bumped, they use that to remap, because they bring a CT scanner into the OR once they get you positioned, and upload all that into the computer on the robot. And the robot tells them what size screws and hardware to use. Anyway, those are like the anchor points. Yeah, I guess you got to have something. But anyway, yeah, I found this all very fascinating. Now, my brother had this same surgery about a year and a half ago now, but he had more. He had like 3 or 4 levels fused, and he was on a walker for like 2 months. I use a walker for like a day and a half. I don't need it. It hurts to get up and down, but I'm not one to sit. And I've been out walking, you know, a couple times a day, walking out in the yard. Last night it was raining, so I walked around in the house. My husband was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Walking," because it feels better when I'm up moving. So anyway, I don't know if this will be the last one. I have a 2-week appointment next Wednesday, which is it's a week from today. So I might make one after that and post it in addition to this. But anyway, if you have any questions, you know, drop them in the comments. I'll see what I can do. The things that you don't think about when you're having this done, sometimes you might, you know, if you have questions about like your clothes, what are you wearing, what do you don't wear, what's the easiest, just, you know, I don't mind. Ask me. Anyway, y'all have a great evening, and we'll catch you on the next one. Well, this is week 2. I went to the doctor today for my 2-week exam. I was going to post the other videos, but I thought, you know, I'm going to hold off and wait to my 2-week. It has been a little bit of a ride. And it has been a little bit harder than I anticipated. I've had some pretty... My mornings are real bad. The mornings are bad. Last night, I felt so good. Had a good day yesterday. I thought, I'm going to sleep in the bed, because, you know, I've been sleeping in the recliners a lot. I had attempted this a couple of nights ago. It didn't work. But I was feeling so good, and I went ahead and took one of my pain pills. I thought, I'm going to take a pain pill. I haven't slept all night in so long. And I went in there. I have a mechanical bed, so I put the head up a little bit, and I put the foot up a little bit, kind of like being in a recliner. And I climbed in the bed about 11 o'clock. And, you know, couldn't get quite comfortable. I kind of monkeyed around a little bit, trying not to wake my husband up. And I went to sleep. And I woke up about 2. Oh, I was was rather painful. Went to roll over. Oh, that was rather painful. And I couldn't wake up enough to make myself get up. And I stayed in there until about 6. And when I rolled out of bed, my pain level was an 8. I'm thinking, this is my 2-week. I'm going from my checkup today. I can barely move. I can barely breathe. It hurts so bad. I sat down in this chair, got on my ice pack. I went ahead and took 2 Tylenol. I didn't want to take a pain pill and then go to the doctor. And it finally let up. The pain finally let up enough that I got up and I went in there, took a shower, and got dressed. And by the time I got dressed and I got in the car, it had subsided. But good grief. I just sat here and cried. I mean, I hadn't cried the whole time. And I'm thinking, 2 weeks and it's still, I can't sleep in the bed. I was so disappointed. So disappointed. So in other areas, I'm doing really well. You know, I really am. I'm walking. I mean, I'm cooking dinner and, you know, it's still hard for me to walk outside and see a weed I need to pick, and I can't bend over and do that. Now, I have mastered the art of squatting. I've always been able to squat. I have a job that I squat up and down quite a bit, and I don't want to lose that. And they say don't bend, lift, or twist. Well, they didn't say anything about squatting. And I keep my body level. When I go down, I make sure I have something to hang on to if I need to. So I can do that. Got my little grabber. If I drop something, I've learned to pick everything up with that and stop asking my husband for everything. Bless his heart. He's been so wonderful. It's, you know, and I got 4 more weeks of this, of not being able to bend, lift, or twist, or, you know. But I can drive. After the doctor's appointment today, he dropped me off at the grocery store. I had a list, and he went on to get my new pain meds. And he left me there for about 45 minutes and came back and got me. And it was nothing. I wasn't tired. Felt pretty good. I've had company all afternoon. And that's always a welcome distraction, you know. And we walked outside a lot when my friend was here and looked at stuff. And we came in, I watched television. My back's a little sore, so I got back on my ice pack. I love this thing. Okay, the PA told me that I was doing great. They made x-rays of my spine. She said it all looked good, which makes you know that you haven't messed anything up. They took my stitches out. Thank you, Jesus. And that was a big relief. And I tell you, my back feels so much better. It doesn't feel so tight. You know, I must have had 30 stitches back there. And they took the ones out on my side. Those were also very uncomfortable. And my brace that I'm having to wear sits right on top of that fat pad where that incision is. So it's been sort of a struggle with that too. But I had told her about how painful I was this morning. And then her theory on this was, she said, Karen, you've been sleeping in a recliner for months. I mean, I was sleeping in a recliner before I had the surgery. She said, your body's not accustomed to sleeping on a mattress. And it was having a hard time. All those muscles that you haven't used before, or you were trying to use them to maintain, sleeping position. And she said, that's all it is. She said, it's just your body still trying to not be inflamed and all the nerves trying to work like they should. And she said, I don't want it to be discouraging. She said, that's very normal because my legs, I didn't have sciatic and I really didn't have back pain. It was my hips and my legs hurt so bad. And after she explained it to me, I sort of thought, okay, well, I can live with that. So I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I might stretch out on the couch. I haven't done that yet. I might stretch out on the couch, watch a little television and see if I can tolerate it. And if I can, go get in that bed again tonight. And if it starts up, then I'll just get up and get back in the recliner. But, all in all, I'm pretty happy. I still got to wear the brace another 4 weeks. That's a bummer. I hate the thing. But it does remind you not to bend and twist, and I get it. I do get it. I don't wear it around the house. I only wear it when I go out. Or if I have people in and we're up moving around, I'll go ahead and put it back on. But yeah, I'm gonna make it. It's mind over matter. I mean, I've been walking. I've been doing really good. So it's hard not to get discouraged. But then I'm thinking how far I've come. I can get up and down out of a chair now, no problem. I put on both socks today for the first time. That left leg really bothered me, the one they went in through the side, kind of pushed those muscles around. That leg's been hard. It was kind of painful for me to pick it up. And my right leg, no problem, but I couldn't get that foot up just enough to hook it with that sock. So anyway, did it tonight. So there we go. Just the small things in life. Small stepping stone. But I'll take it. I'll take it. This will probably be my last video. I might make another one at the end of the 6 weeks. I have an appointment in the middle of June to go back from my release date. I plan on going back to work before that, just to work a little bit. I mean, I just do some light duty stuff. I'm not doing anything hard. I'm actually doing some computer work now. I started yesterday, and I did okay. It's been hard for me to sit up in an office chair for very long. And last night I worked about 45 minutes on some stuff, and it was fine. So I'm going to try to do that again. And I'm a night owl, so go figure. Anyway, again, I think I mentioned before, if anybody has any questions, and they want to know anything personal about things, just ask me in the comments. I don't mind. I don't mean to sound negative, but I don't want to make it sound like it's a piece of cake, because it's not, But if it's something you need done, it's not the worst thing. I can still get up and move. I just can't move like I want to. So, it's not like I have my leg amputated. You got to think about it like that, I guess. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful evening, and drop me some comments, and I'll answer any questions that you have. Thanks for watching.